Imagination is the greatest faculty of the mind, and our mind is our kingdom. What if we were taught to use it wisely? What if we had an educational system based on human worth and values, instead of a school system used as a factory to produce candidates for fast food restaurants? What if the goal of life was not to exploit others and to make money, but to uplift each other through cooperation? What if our educational system was not used as a comfort system of the inefficient, but as schools to teach mutual contribution to society? Contribution instead of competition. When we compete against each other, there is just one winner, and everybody else is a loser. What is self-esteem like when you're considered a loser? What if everybody was developed as winners through teamwork? What if groups gathered at places like this, and since there were no grades, no winners or losers to speak of, everyone's contribution would have value? For example, in an outdoor classroom on the bank of a lake such as this one, present the children with this problem, and then allow their imagination to go wild. 3,000 miles away, people have no clean water and no food. How do we get them clean water? And then we listen. Children are far more intelligent than we give them credit for if only we would just learn to listen and to respect them. And then we guide them within the confines of physical laws. And then we give name to each discipline and to each discovery. Engineers, doctors, architects, carpenters, and all that. That way, a well digger's job would be just as important as the designer of the well, and the person whose job it was to control the germs would be as important as the person who developed the spiders used to control the pests. The guide would identify each job based upon the contribution of each student and would encourage each person to pursue their love of being a contributor. In other words, go after their own bliss. Look, if you truly love your profession, you will admit that that love was not developed as an adult, but was developed a long time ago as a child, right? I think imagination is a fantastic faculty. Even in thinking of the bizarre, after all, there is no limitation to thought. For example, I see this lake and I believe that the so-called UFOs do not come from outer space, but from right here inside our own Earth. I mean, let's face it, most of our Earth is water, isn't it? Large bodies of water with bottoms yet to be discovered. Prove me wrong. Even now, into the 21st century, we're still making important discoveries. Just the other day, a new cave was discovered in Vietnam. A cave that was so large that an entire city block of New York, skyscrapers and all, could fit inside. It had its own atmosphere. We are simply not as sophisticated as we would like to think we are, and we simply don't know everything. Do you have any idea what those little minds could do if only we'd allow them to use their minds as self-respecting human beings with a lot of self-worth? I think that when we don't know something, we should shelf our ego, don't pretend to be more superior than the other guy, and then we should stop passing along lifetimes of mistaken beliefs. Do you know what I know for sure? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well, that is my educational system in a new and compassionate world. Let me hear yours.